We're really interested in getting local products from farmers in a direct way and getting sort of cutting out middle-level traders and getting consumers to understand who their farmer was. We were really interested in trying to do that internationally. And we heard about something called fair trade, which was happening in Europe much more than the United States. And basically we're sort of compelled by that whole concept of like, let's connect consumers to where their food comes from on international things as well as local things. Coffee was not our goal at all to be engaged as coffee traders, but it turned out coffee was the product that worked. So despite our best efforts to have all kinds of food products, Equal Exchange went for a good 20 years really being a coffee company.
Coffee, you have a tradition of small producers in Central and South America that were already small and already organized to export their harvest once a year. So this was an attempt to explore fair trade as a concept, fair trade fruit as a concept in the US, and basically starting with bananas, which are the most commonly bought and sold produce item in the country, 52 weeks of the year. You're talking a lot of volume per week, and nobody's really importing one container. All that is a real challenge, which is why a lot of fruit is produced on a plantation model.
It's really hard to compete in bananas at all on fair trade terms, to actually pay the farmer a decent price and try to sell to a store at some price they can make money is flying in the face of everything that happens in bananas. Who would want to slowly build a supply chain that takes a lot of risk? Business is not set up to do that.
We make about 15% less gross profit margin on our fair trade bananas. And we've put our conventional bananas at the same price. So we hear it all the time from customers. One of the big challenges, why are your bananas 99 cents a pound when I can buy them at this chain or this chain for 39 cents a pound? It's one of the most sensitive items in a store that people look at. And it's unfortunate that's what drives the price down constantly.
I think if people knew who was paying a price for that, like how that stuff was grown and what people had to go through, maybe they would choose to pay $1.50 if they know that sort of there's some social camaraderie about this, and that I don't want my compatriot in Ecuador to die of some horrible liver and skin and kidney disease because my bananas were 39 cents for my whole life. But nobody's giving anybody a choice in that matter.
No matter how much you try to sell a banana, if a banana is green, you will hear from your consumer. Consumers won't buy it. They want a yellow banana. So the problem gets down to be with the volume of bananas coming into the U.S. that are fair trade. The bananas are going to come from port and they get into a ripening house and they have to be gassed in a large enough quantity so that they have ripe bananas that are breaking in color that can get shipped to all the stores. The problem with fair trade equal, there's not enough demand for it, so they try to do small little loads of it, and the ripener doesn't want to lose the product in his warehouse.
We're not trying to be maybe an alternative to another multinational company with all the efficiencies that they can offer. We're saying, how can you fit us into your system as an alternative to raise awareness around really this larger system of bananas? What we're trying to do is return it back to, wow, this is actually a fruit. It's grown by people under some really weird conditions that have allowed it to be cheap and ubiquitous to people here and healthy, but terrifically unhealthy and very expensive to people in countries where we have no connection to them.
Equal Exchange has not lost a penny since we've started doing bananas. We haven't made a penny, we haven't lost a penny, right? It's been super hard. There's been all these challenges. But small farmer bananas are out there. People get to have the chance to support it. Farmers in Peru and Ecuador know that there is someone in the U.S. who cares about these issues. The international movement knows that something is happening in a meaningful way in the U.S. So it's sort of keeping the chance alive that we can make this work.